Hello and welcome to our Monday live broadcast and rebroadcast if you catch this a little bit later. Today we are going to talk about intermittent fasting, and I'm going to share with you a little bit about why I think some women are having some struggles with incorporating intermittent fasting, and hopefully give you some tips to help you get through that little struggle and explain to you why I truly do believe that intermittent fasting and the success that you get with intermittent fasting is really just a series of choices that you make for yourself. So welcome if you're joining us live or on the rebroadcast. I always ask that you take a second to hit that subscribe button on YouTube or that like or follow button on Facebook, and then take a second on YouTube to hit that little bell icon so you'll be notified when we go live, and then again set yourself up for default or first view notifications on Facebook. For me, intermittent fasting was as simple as making a series of choices. Most importantly, because what I was previously making choices about was no longer working for me. So in my mind, it was a really simple shift because I was struggling to find something better. You have to get to that point in your life where what you're doing and the results that you're getting and how you're feeling about that are no longer satisfying to you. And I say this here all the time, that this lifestyle and the success that you have with this lifestyle is a matter of answering two very simple questions for yourself every day. How long am I going to fast, and how well will I feast? And how you answer those questions for yourself every day, that's very personal, and it's very dependent on the outcome and the results that you want to have, and ultimately how you want to look and feel and how you want to most authentically live your life. And the freedom and flexibility with this lifestyle is that simple, and it's that rewarding. Where we get tripped up is when we stop asking ourselves questions, we stop living in the present, the right to make choices for ourselves. And we're depending on other people to make those choices for us. And those people have no rights, nor should they intrude upon our own personal space to make those choices for us. And oftentimes those choices are made when you're looking for someone else as a matter of a group of people, and they're never centered on the individual person. You don't have to fast every day. You don't even have to feast well. You don't have to incorporate exercise. Those are all part of the process of making choices. But in this world of technology and information gathering, and how there's so much free content out there, including what you're watching today, we know enough to know what the risks and the benefits are of the choices that we're making in our life. So no woman has to exercise. But we know through our own trial and errors, and we know through the scientific data that's available to us, that if we don't continue to exercise as we go through this aging process, we are going to start to lose mobility. We are going to lose some of that cognitive function. We are going to not be able to age as successfully as we want to. That's a choice. And as long as you're okay with the risk to benefit ratio and the way you're leaning on making those decisions, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. For me personally, I want to be able to get myself off the floor. I want to be able to swing with my future grandkids at the park. I want to be able to go on vacation with my kids and their spouses and their grandkids. I want to carry in my own groceries. I want to be able to arrange the furniture in my house when I feel like it. I physically want that mobility. So exercise is the choice that I'm going to make. Fasting is the same exact series of questions and listing out what it is that you want for yourself and why that's so important. I do not want to be dependent on prescription medication to get me through my day. I do not want to increase the risk of becoming sick as I age. I personally don't feel like I look and feel my best and am living my most authentic life when I'm so not in the present of what's going on in my everyday life because I'm preoccupied with how bad I'm feeling or how self-conscious I am about the clothes that I'm wearing or the people that I'm with because I don't feel good in my own skin. So that's a choice that I'm making to practice intermittent fasting. And the way that I practice intermittent fasting, because it has proven to me to do exactly what it's advertising, and that is reverse the signs of aging and heal my body deeply. The same thing holds true with feasting. You get to make the choices on what it is you're going to put into your body. How you respond and react to those choices are very personal to you. But if you're not living your life happily, if you're constantly self-sabotaging, if you're numbing yourself, the way Michael and I had our discussion on Friday with our community here, if you're using food or things within your feasting window as a way to mentally distract yourself or numb you or escape away from what it is that you're supposed to be being present in your life, then that's an issue that needs to be addressed, because the risk to benefit ratio is again tilted in the wrong direction. Fasting is a choice, feasting is a choice, exercise is a choice. But we should all have the same opportunity to live a fulfilling life, and we should all have an opportunity to be able to age successfully. And we also should have a choice on how it is we're living our day in and day out. I don't want to be dependent on my kids driving me to doctor's appointments every day, or needing to go pick up my prescriptions, or feeling like I have limits placed upon me because while I had the opportunity to make choices, I didn't make the correct ones. The scientific data is out there. We have a community of women that are proving that this is working. Make better choices if you're waking up every day not looking and feeling your best, and feeling like you can't live your most authentic life because you don't know how to make those choices for yourself. Yes, it can be one of those things that feels uncomfortable in the very beginning. Yes, it can be that thing that you have to make some lifestyle changes. Yes, it has to be that thing that you're going to value what you're going to have in your future more than what you're currently possessing in your present. Again, those are choices that we have to make for ourselves if the way we're living is not making us have the opportunity to look and feel our best and live our most authentic life. And then there comes a point in our life where the choices are no longer our options. We don't get to make choices at some point when we go so far beyond things that are in our own control. So while you have the opportunity, make those choices that are going to allow you the opportunity to live your life most successfully, to age successfully, to reverse some of the things that you're unhappy with. You have the power to change, but you have to exercise your right to make that choice. There have been so many messages coming into me about the questions surrounding this lifestyle. It's not difficult, but there is a learning curve that has to be practiced, and you have to go through a little bit of that discomfort and a little bit of that newness and a little bit of that questioning. That is all normal. But once you get past that and your body really does start to trust the fact that you are going to consistently make those good choices, everything starts to fall into place. Remember, time and consistency are key with anything that you do in your life that you want to find success in. This intermittent fasting and living a keto-like lifestyle is no different. Consistently parent, consistently work on your relationships, consistently show up for work on time, consistently do a good job, consistently be nice to people, and most importantly, consistently take care of your body. You get one shot at this life. If you're living anything less than the best, you're shortchanging yourself, and you want to go back to that decision-making process. The power is in the choices. Exercise that right for sure. I'm going to open up the floor for questions and comments really quickly. If you need help with making those choices, that is why we have our Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman course. I give the power back to you to really figure out what choices you need to make for you so that you can look and feel your best and live your most authentic life every single day. Then there comes a time with time and consistency that you can actually loosen up the reins a little bit. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that we went away this weekend. We had a fantastic weekend. We ate all the food. We ate all the carbs. We enjoyed the football game at my son's college. We woke up and we had an amazing breakfast as a family. And today I am right back to living the life that I love to live. I'm right back to fasting. I'm right back to exercising. And I'm right back into being in a state of ketosis where I love to live. But I had to heal my body first. So you can have flexibility. You can let life happen. You can enjoy all of those fun times with your friends and family and social obligations. But you have to do the work to get your body into that healed state first, and that's where that series of choices comes in. How long will you fast, and how will you feast, and what is the end result that you want from those two choices? Beverly, thanks for joining us today. She's on Facebook. Jody, it's good to have you with us. My cousin Amy's here. She's been a die-hard fasting woman with us since 2017. We love that what she is doing in her lifestyle as well. I know she's showing up authentically every day. Carly is here from Arkansas. Completed my first 20-hour fast today. Excited to be part of the September group. Girlfriend, you are on it. Day 2 for you guys, and you're already doing a 20-hour fast and you're feeling fantastic. Now it's time and consistency, girlfriend, as you're going through the course. Stacy Lee from Pennsylvania, welcome. Julie's here, and then Joanne from Boston. Good to have you with us as well. I'm going to jump on here to YouTube and answer any questions and comments that we have here from you guys. And then if you are a graduate of my course, hang out. I have an announcement for you guys at the end of today's live broadcast as well. Donna, hello. First time to catch you live. It's so good to have you with us. She's in the September class as well. Lisa from Canada, good to have you. Dawn from Iowa. Angel from Yorba Linda. Girl, those are our old stopping grounds. Monica is here from Los Angeles. Linda from California. You are so welcome, girlfriend. Thanks for showing up with us. Danny, happy Monday. Catherine, Idaho, in the September course as well. Hopefully you're already up to that 20-hour fasting window. Janine just started the September course as well. Already feeling better. Day 2. Already feeling better. It's just magic when you put that mindset in the right place, for sure. And then Debbie, new to the class, and I just came across your YouTube videos and decided to join your class just about a week ago. I am talk testing. Oh, that's okay, girlfriend. I understand. I can read through a lot of those talk test kind of messages. And then Cindy, first 19-hour fast in the September class as well. Kim from Arizona. Debbie, sorry, I hit send prematurely. My question is, I'm heavily insulin resistant and don't find that I start using my glycogen stores after a 20-hour fast. Is it possible that it takes longer for those who are insulin resistant? So I was insulin resistant as well, actually very close to being a full-blown diabetic. You are the perfect candidate for time and consistency. So get yourself through this month's course. And then what you want to do is just stay clean fasted for that 20-hour period till you start to really feel like your body's living in that energized sense of calm. When you're in the energized sense of calm, you're no longer dependent on those sugar stores to get you through your day. You won't have those hypoglycemic type of feelings, and you'll be steady state energy. That's when you know you've made the switch. Like I said, I was also in that same position, and I am in a state of ketosis almost every day. So you will make that transition, and you can reverse those insulin resistant type tendencies that your body has with sugar. The one thing that I do know for me is, even though I'm no longer pre-diabetic or insulin resistant, I always run a high glucose level in my bloodstream, but I also now run a high ketone level as well. So just understand that that's probably how your body's going to run, but there's light at the end of the tunnel for you. So time and consistency is key for you for sure. Lisa, you're welcome for putting balance back into your life. Thank you for trusting me with you. Debbie, the insulin resistance will balance itself out, but you have to stay consistent for sure. You have to drain through all of that stored up glycogen that's in your system. Cindy, how do you know when you start using glycogen that is stored? You know when you're in the energized sense of calm, that's the best way to know unscientifically. I always recommend, once you feel really comfortable in this state of hungry and you feel really comfortable in an energized sense of calm and you have that consistently, that's a really good time to start blood testing if you're ready to invest in that, because you won't be thrown off if your numbers aren't what you think they could be, and then you can start identifying food with how to get the result that you want. So just stick it out in the course and then we can talk about that a little bit later. Louisa, I have a perfect example with my mom. Once a very strong woman, and today she can barely walk and takes only God knows how many pills and insulin injections twice a day. Yeah, Louisa, that unfortunately your mom's generation didn't have the information that we had available to us today. But we as women today have a choice to age differently. So exercise that choice. Love on your mom. Let her, live her life the way it best suits her at this point in her life, but use that as motivation for your kids and your grandkids, that you want to leave a little bit different legacy and a different example because you have information that your mom didn't have available to her. So exercise that right to make that choice and use the information that you have available for sure. And that's a great life lesson for you and your kids for sure. Stephanie, June grad, up to 20-hour fast most days. Was wondering about toothpaste. Do you think brushing your teeth with toothpaste breaks the fast? Thanks for all of your great info. We talk about this all the time. And again, this is one of those choices that I think you have the right to exercise. I gave up toothpaste and deodorant 100% when I was sick. I, to this day, rarely on occasion, can't even tell you the last time I put deodorant on my armpits, and I don't reek. I don't smell. I work out, I don't smell. I don't produce toxins out of my body that smell rancid. There's a process that you have to go through, but what you put in your body will eventually come out. If you wake up with rancid breath, it's due to bacteria. Toothpaste isn't going to be the long-term fix for that. Changing what you put in your mouth is. So I don't use toothpaste in the same way that I used to use toothpaste. I don't wake up with rancid breath because I don't have the bacteria that I used to have from constantly eating throughout the day and over-carbing my system. So there is a way that you can transition through that, but you have to go through the uncomfortable stage before you can get there. And I say practice on the weekends and know that what you're putting in your mouth is going to come out of your body some way, whether it's through rancid sweat or rancid breath. And you have the choice on whether you want to keep covering that up or you want to fix the problem. And some people want to and some people don't, and that's okay. You just have to figure that out for yourself, and it takes a period of time to transition through that, and you have to be okay with that transition period as well. So yes, toothpaste technically breaks a clean fast, but there's a way that you can kind of not be so dependent on toothpaste. Stephanie, let's see, I already did that one. Debbie, another question, is it possible to have a fasting face? I notice when I'm fasting, my face looks younger. I have no bags under my eyes and my skin just looks smoother and glowing. That's called healing. And yes, remember, when you're in a fasted state, your body it's like a clean detox. So when you're fasting and your body's processing through everything that's an intolerance, you get a clean slate. Then when you put something in your body and you're feasting and you put something in your body that your body cannot tolerate, you get poofy eyes, you get swollen face, you get wrinkled face, all of those things. And so fasting long and clean and getting your body to set its metabolic burn rate over, getting your body to process through all the damaged cells, getting your body to recirculate new cells, gives you a youthful, healthy appearance. Again, that's all a series of choices. I had to make that choice myself when I realized that waking up with bags under my eyes was the result of what I was putting into my body. For me, that was corn. When I don't put processed corn in my body, I don't have bags under my eyes. I don't have to spend hundreds of dollars on under eye cream. I don't have to buy cool gel patches anymore, any of those things. I wake up and I don't have bags because it's a series of choices that I made where bags under my eyes were something I didn't want to live with, and so I got rid of the things that caused it. So you have to make a food journal and figure out what it is that you're putting in your body if you want to eliminate those things, and then that's a choice. I don't like bags under my eyes, and I don't like spending money on topical agents to fix something that I could fix on my own with just a series of choices. So yeah, for sure, that's all fasting. It's called healing and anti-aging for sure. So Debbie, congratulations for noticing those things and then connecting the two. Emily, I'm choosing IF and keto. I've been losing about 4 pounds a week for 4 weeks. I feel more healthy, but I'm wondering if 4 pounds a week is healthy. I have about 80 pounds to lose. If you're doing things naturally and you feel good, there's no reason to think that that's not healthy. So always go by what the signs and signals that your body is sending you, and then you should be fine for sure. And then Robin, greetings from the September class, and really enjoying our community. Our topic today is great. Choosing to be proactive in my own life with the choices I make really gives me hope. Yeah, for sure. It's all a series of choices, and it all starts with your mindset. So just keep watching those lessons, keep incorporating, keep adding on every day, and don't be afraid to go out of your comfort zone while you're in the course. For sure, that's the best way to get the most out of the class that you're in. Tracy from Maine, June 2019 grad, feeling so much better thanks to you, thinking clearly with lots of energy and a flatter stomach. There you go. Those are all the wins for sure. And then Teresa joining the conversation from North Dakota, joined September class. Love the motivation. Awesome. Dinah, hello. Katila, hello. Donna, I've been doing 20-hour fasts for days now. Gets much easier each day. Sure does. And then Danny, October 2018 grad. Bonnie, just finished a 20-hour fast. Now what to eat? Also, what are the fruits to eat best when craving them? Okay, so craving is more of a mental state than it is a physical state. So you have to figure out why you're craving fruit. And if you're still trying to heal your body, I always suggest avoiding fruit for a while, just because you don't need that extra sugar. It just slows down the healing process. And then you have to figure out what foods are going to make you look and feel your best, and that's how you start breaking your fast. Knowing that if you just cleansed out your body for 20 hours and you're trying to reduce glycogen stores and start controlling your blood glucose, that you don't want to put a bunch of sugar back in your body. So higher fat, moderate protein, low carb, or conscious carbs for sure on that one. Kathy, thanks for being new here. We love new women in our community, so welcome. Chrissy, how do us plant-based peeps know when we go into ketosis? Just because you're plant-based doesn't mean you can't get into ketosis for sure. So I would consider myself really plant-based-ish. I'm definitely leaning toward that way. And I have no problem getting my body into ketosis. So it's a combination of understanding what you need to do throughout your day to use up your glycogen stores, knowing that you're always going to have an emergency reserve so you never get down to zero, but using enough glycogen stores so that you can actually start producing your sources of energy from fat, and that's how you get yourself into ketosis. Tamara, feeling better and so happy with how I am feeling. Awesome. Joe from Illinois, welcome. Mary, I'm in the September class and just finished a 20-hour fast. Aches and pains seem to be improving. September class, day 2, aches and pains are improving, so congratulations, that is fast. That means that your body is responding very well to doing nothing and not doing anything to disrupt its healing process. So time and consistency, again, are going to be key for you for sure. Jamie, returning grad, needed some extra support. I'm definitely struggling using food as numbing. Great on my fast, but need to improve on my feasting windows as well. Yeah, so for a lot of you who are like craving and are like labeling yourselves as like food addicts and sugar addicts and stuff like that, try to find a sense of addiction to that state of hungry. Like thrive in the state of hungry, find strength and comfort in hungry, and just change what you're addicted to. So you can be just as addicted to the energized sense of calm and empowerment that brings you when you find strength in a fasting window as you can to those things that you're so desperately holding on to your feasting window. Mindset shift. Thrive in fasting, not in feasting, and then just use good common sense when you feast for sure. Robin, do you talk a little bit about type 3 diabetes? Do you mean like Alzheimer's and dementia? Yes and no. I have tons of YouTube videos on that. I was suffering from, I think, early onset something or other with my brain, and I really do feel now that I reversed a lot of that. Sugar overload and being diabetic and insulin resistant is the precursor to Alzheimer's and diabetes and dementia. So if that runs in your family, you have to understand how your body responds and reacts too much sugar in your body, sugar being anything in that carbohydrate realm, and then you have to play around with your nutrition until you find the perfect mix for you. So if you're hypoglycemic, insulin resistant, all those things, then you really got to pay attention to giving yourself an opportunity to fast long enough to deplete those backups and reserves and really get yourself back into that fat burning state for sure. Bonnie, I'm in the September course and learning a lot. My husband is asking more questions about what I am doing and getting more interested in the IF keto lifestyle. That is awesome. We love hearing that. Debbie, thank you, girlfriend. Very good answer. Very easy to understand. Love your course. Looking forward to me at the end of 3 weeks. Yeah, you're going to do great. I can't wait to hear from you in a couple weeks. Kimberly from North Carolina. What is the difference between intermittent fasting and fasting one day and fasting one day alternating fasting feast days? Okay, so that's confusing to say and it's confusing to follow. For me, I think it is, again, my opinion, it's most beneficial to just simplify your life. I don't want to have to wonder if it's my fasting day or my feasting day or how many calories I eat today and oh, I don't eat calories tomorrow, when you can get the same end result from intermittent fasting with time and consistency and just making really good nutritional choices. So it's a personality thing for a lot of people. If you don't mind managing all of that and that works for you, then I say go for it. It's too much work for me. I'm busy. I got stuff to do. I don't want to have to micromanage when I'm fasting and when I'm feasting outside of 20 hours of fasting and 4 hours of feasting. Super, super simple. So it's a personality thing. You have to go what works best for you and your personality and what you look forward to managing for sure. And then Patricia, current class from Nevada, wondering about water with electrolytes. Is this water acceptable? Water with, I think so, as long as the electrolytes are, you know, like potassium, magnesium, sodium, calcium, those kind of things, and you're probably okay. No sweeteners, no flavors. And then Lori, I'm becoming addicted to IF and exercise. I just started adding weight training last week. Feel great, living authentically. Fantastic. You know, the word addiction doesn't have to necessarily be a bad word, right? You want to make sure that whatever you're doing, you're thriving in, and you have some sense of control over your life. So the addictive part becomes negative or bad for us when the addiction takes away our control. So you have to stay in control. I am addicted to the feeling of exercise for sure. There's no better feeling for me than exercising, and it's the post feeling of exercise, right? I'm always a little bit on the front end of exercise, and then I get done and I'm like, yes, that's the feeling I was looking for. So don't use addiction as a bad word or something that's negative. Just make sure that whatever it is that you're feeling addicted to allows you the opportunity to stay in control of your life. Out of control addictions are the things that we definitely want to stay away from. Let me see if there's anybody else here on Facebook. Lisa, I've been intermittent fasting for 2 years now, and your videos were key for me when I first started. Awesome. I'm so glad that you're finding success. And Teresa's here, of course. Taking responsibility for myself means there is no opportunity to blame anyone else if I don't have the results I want. Amen, sister. We need to make a t-shirt out of that one. And then Karen from Kings, Kentucky, or Kings Mountain, Kentucky. You said Michael from Kentucky. Yeah, he is from Kentucky for sure.
Nice.
He's Lexington boy. Chris from Oregon, Maryland is, I just missed signing up, diabetic and very interested in learning more. Maryland, get signed up for October. Don't miss this one. Go get signed up today at fortodaysagingwoman.com. We start October the 5th. Registration closes on the 4th. If you don't want to miss this class, you have to get yourself signed up so that way you'll save your spot in class. And then Joanne, I'm from the September class as well, day 2, feeling awesome. My question is regarding full fat Greek yogurt. I have been doing a keto-like for almost 2 years, but I haven't eaten yogurt because I can't find any with less than 5 grams of sugar. What are your thoughts on this? Thank you. I don't eat yogurt because we are dairy-free, lactose intolerant kind of people. We're not dairy-free, but we're just lactose intolerant. And so there's really no yogurt anymore that we eat that makes us feel good, so we just don't eat it. So I would say if you're full fat Greek yogurt, read the ingredients label. You want to stay away from any kind of cheap fillers that are in there. No carrageenan, no casein. Make sure there's no soy or anything in there. And if you do fine with dairy, then I say that it's fine for sure. There's nothing. There's nothing wrong with it. Yeah, the cheese that we consume is Manchego cheese, which is a sheep cheese, and that's the only cheese that our family can digest and not have any issues with. And then Joanne, good to have you with us as well. Is there anything else over here? Debbie, type 3 equals diabetes. I don't know what that means. Kimberly, I like the addiction explanation. Yeah, for sure. Shelly, I know glass bottle is best, but is plastic mineral water bottle better? Not at all for now. Okay, so plastic, glass, all that stuff is a personal preference. Again, it's choice, right? So we like glass bottles. We like the way it tastes in a glass bottle. We don't mind having glass bottles around the house. We get a delivery service. It's super easy. If the only access that you have to good water is in a plastic bottle, it's the risk to benefit decision you have to make again. So I'm not saying we don't ever drink out of glass bottles. If we don't have a choice, we drink out of glass bottles. We also have we also have refillable insulated bottles that we use. The company that we buy our water from, Mountain Valley, has plastic water bottles. We drink out of those as well. We have done the research on those particular water bottles, and we feel that they're safe for us and our family. So in the age that we are living in, with information being abundant, and a quick Google search of something can always ease your mind and help you through the decision-making process. So research a company, research what kind of bottles that they use. The ones that I try to stay clear of are the super squishy, soft plastic water bottles. To me, those seem cheap and fake, and so I don't really like to drink out of those. But Mountain Valley has a good water bottle, and they just, like I said, do your research for sure. And then we went away this weekend and we drove so we could take full water bottles with us, and we filled up several 25-ounce insulated water bottles with our Mountain Valley water and ice. My insulated bottle stayed in my car for the whole day. It stayed in a hotel room and in the car the next day, and on the way home my water was still cold. So you can always take water when you're going places as well, if you kind of trust the water source that you have, for sure. Let's see, I think that's it, right, Michael? Cindy, 4-hour feasting is that one meal, and if you have to be one meal is the top of your hour. Okay, so here's another thing, you guys. Don't fret about the exactness of your fasting and your feasting. You have windows, right? So we fast for 20 hours. That's the most important thing to me. Then the feast starts when you break your fast. It could be one meal, it could be 2 meals, it could be 4 hours of continuous feasting. I've done it all. You have to go with the flow of your feast on any particular day, and the being wound up about perfectionism in it all really adds to our stress level, which keeps us out of healing stages. So 20-hour fast, keep it as clean as you have to get yourself to the healing point that you want to get to. And then when you feast, you let the feast naturally happen. If you're trying to feast for 4 hours and you think you have to eat 3 meals and you're not hungry, that is also known as overeating, and we don't want to get ourselves in that bind. So when you open your window, ask yourself the question, how well will I feast? And then you make decisions in that 4-hour window. When you get to the close, you close it out and you start your next fast. What happens in that 4-hour window should change every day when you're in that 4-hour window, because your body's going to react and respond to that feast that you had, or that fast that you had, in different ways. The more efficient your body gets at healing when you're in a fasted state, oftentimes leads to you not being hungry in your feast. And if you're in my course, you're understanding why that happens. If you're in my September course, you're going to learn why that happens in just a couple of days. So don't be so freaked out about being perfect. Go with the flow of the way your body feels when you open up that feast, for sure. Okay, for my graduates, we sent out an email saying we have a graduates course that's going to be launching. We sent out a survey. Oh my gosh, the response was overwhelming. We appreciate everyone who took the time to fill out a survey. We had a little giveaway associated with that. We'll announce the winner to that on Wednesday. The feedback that we got from our graduates community was so mixed on what it is you guys want to have for a graduates course, that we are going back to the drawing board, and we're going to change a couple of things before we officially launch the course, because there's some components of a graduates course or a next level course that you guys mentioned repeatedly that we want to make sure that we add in. So be patient in our graduates community. We want to make sure that we deliver a course that is up to par with the level that all of you are at and the feedback that you gave back to us. So the registration page for our graduates course should be available for you guys on Friday. So keep an eye on your email. It will only come via email because we are not advertising the graduates class to anyone else except for graduates of the Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman course. We will be launching it one time this year in 2019. So you'll have one opportunity to take an advanced course with us, and then we'll relaunch it again in 2020. We're super excited about it. I'm excited about it. I loved the feedback and the suggestions that you have given to me as far as what you want. I'm also going to be taking what I have learned lesson-wise from our community of women through the consult calls that I have done over the past 3 years, and a lot of the feedback that we've gotten from our course participants, and a lot of the struggles that women are having in this community, and we're going to be rolling that out in the course as well to help you guys be successful with what it is that we want to have as aging women living in our world today. So I'm super excited. I hope you guys are just as excited. It's going to be a great course. Keep an eye on your email. That will be coming out this week. Anything else, Michael, that I forgot?
If they still want to send a
Oh yeah, and if you have the email and you haven't sent the survey yet, we won't be closing out the drawing until we announce it on Wednesday. So please take the time to give us your feedback as far as what it is you want. I always want to develop courses that are designed for you and what it is that you need as a woman today, with everything that we're dealing with through the aging process, the information that we have available to us, and how we want to live our life mindset wise, and how it is we want to age successfully. So the feedback that you give to me, I take very close to heart, and I consider everything, and then the course that we have will hopefully be able to meet as many needs as possible with this community of fantastic women that we have. So I'm really excited about what we have coming up for you guys. So keep an eye on that for Friday. And then my September students, keep checking into your course every day. Today is day 2. Tomorrow will be day 3. The course builds, and you are going to be feeling better and better and better as the week goes on. And I'm so excited to hear back from you guys on Wednesday and then again on Friday, and how well you're doing in the course and how well you're feeling. October is open for registration. The next course is October the 5th, so don't miss out on next month's registration. Get yourself registered now. That's why as soon as we close out a course, we open up the registration for the next course, because we don't want you to miss out. If you have made that mental and emotional decision that you're ready to build a life that you can look and feel your best and live it most authentically. So don't wait, don't miss out, get yourself registered. I can't wait to have you in class. With that, I'm going to say goodbye, and I will see you guys on Wednesday at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, where of course we'll talk about another subject that involves our intermittent fasting and our ability to make some really good choices for ourselves so we can look and feel our best. Have a good rest of your afternoon.